Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to set up a kit for your email marketing needs. We'll go through the process of creating an account and then setting it up so that you can start sending emails. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Kit's website, and then I'm going to select the newsletter plan for creators just starting out, and I'm going to click on Try Kit for free, and then I'm going to create my account. And then I'm going to click on Get Started, and that's going to bring me to the setup screen. So I'm going to set this up as if though this is the first time I'm setting up email marketing, so I'm not moving from another tool. We're going to say I'm just starting out, and then I'm going to select 0 to 9,999. I'm going to click continue, and then I'm going to enter my website URL, and then I'm going to click continue, and then I'm just going to enter my business name. And now it's going to ask me to choose a custom domain where basically all the landing pages, products, and newsletter are going to live. It's not important that you set this up here right now. You can always change that. But if you want to, you can enter something here, something different, or a different name basically here. Then click continue, and then select what kind of creator you are. So whether you're an entrepreneur, filmmaker, influencer, journalist, or something like that. I'm going to say entrepreneur, click continue, and then it's going to ask you what topics you cover in your newsletter. So I'm going to say business and entrepreneurship, marketing and branding, technology, and yeah, that's about it. You can select as many of these as you want, and what's most relevant for your business, obviously. Then I'm going to click continue, and then on the profile you're going to upload your profile picture. So I'm going to quickly do that. Okay, now I'm going to click continue, and they will pre-populate this based on the information that you entered on the previous screens. You can edit this, you can also change it later, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to click continue, and then it's going to bring me to my dashboard. And now it's going to ask me to confirm my email to finish setting up my account, so I'm going to quickly do that. Okay, and now my email has been confirmed, and I can start setting up my account. So I'm going to go to settings. Under settings, basically there are several options that you can configure. So you can update your password, login email, and two-factor authentication. You can choose which account and activity emails Kit sends you. Basically, account summary, you will see weekly how your account is doing, how many subscribers you've gotten, how many people have unsubscribed. You can also tick subscribe, so and whenever somebody signs up to your list, you can choose to get notified. If you sell through Kit, you can also choose to have them notify you when somebody makes a purchase or when they cancel a subscription for one of your products. You can also choose to get emails about when other people who use Kit in the creator network, when they start recommending your newsletter, as well as when somebody requests your contact details in the creator network, or you can turn off all notifications. So entirely up to you how you want to configure this. Then under the brand, this is where you can configure your business name and add your brand colors. If you have a paid Kit account, you can also upload your favicon so that it shows up when you create a landing page through Kit or when you create a newsletter website through Kit. And then if you want to add any links to your like Instagram profile, your website, your shop pages, your Facebook profile, your TikTok profile, what have you, this is where you can add those links. And then this is the important one. So under email is where you can configure your email to be verified for sending. So essentially, right now we have just confirmed our email address, but we need to optimize the deliverability, basically set up a verified sending domain. That just means adding a little bit of code to your domain settings to make sure that your emails are reaching your subscribers and not ending up in the spam folder. So it's not difficult to do this, so I'm going to walk you through the process of how to set it up. So I'm going to click on set up your verified sending domain, and I'm going to enter my domain name, which is simpleflowstudio.com, and I'm going to click next. And then Kit is going to give me DNS settings that I need to copy into my DNS, my domain registrar, essentially. So Kit can set this up for you if you have a reputable, well-known domain provider. So if I click on set this up for me, it's going to prompt me to log into my domain name registrar. I'm going to click continue. And then it's going to ask me to authorize with Squarespace because my website is hosted on Squarespace the way Squarespace, but my domain isn't. But the way Squarespace connected to my domain registrar essentially means that all of the DNS settings are managed through Squarespace. If you have registered your domain with something like Namecheap or GoDaddy, then you would have to authorize with GoDaddy or Namecheap. I'm just going to click on authorize with Squarespace, and I'm going to log into my Squarespace account. And now it's going to ask me to basically connect their authorization tool with my website. So I'm going to click on confirm. Okay, so it's giving me an error that it cannot connect automatically. This can sometimes happen when you're trying to do this. So we're just going to do the manual setup. So I'm going to copy this and then go to my Squarespace website. And I'm going to click here under DNS settings, and I'm going to click edit, and then I'm going to add the records that ConvertKit gave me. So I'm going to come here where it says custom records, and I'm going to add those records. I'm going to select CNAME, and then I'm going to copy the information. I'm going to click on save, and then I'm going to continue doing this for the other 3 records. And one last time. Actually, I'm not going to copy the last record because I have a DMARC policy already set up. So I'm just going to click copy and pretend that I did copy them, but I already have DMARC set up on the domain when I was setting it up from scratch. So I'm not going to add that record because you only need 1 DMARC record. So I'm going to click I have added all the records, and I'm going to click done, and then I'm going to click on validate. Now this may take a few hours because it needs to propagate all over the world. It can be anywhere between a couple of minutes like it did here, or it can take up to 24 hours. So if it doesn't validate immediately, don't worry about it. Just click on finish and then check it later. If it's been longer than 24 hours, then I would recommend checking in with Kit and with your domain provider to see that all the records are entered there properly. But once you've done that, you have a verified sending domain and you can start sending emails essentially. One other thing that I would do here is under mailing address, I would enter your email address, not your email address, but your address or your business address, because anti-spam laws require you to have a physical address where you can be reached, and it needs to be at the bottom of every email. Now, the benefit of using Kit is they allow you to use their address, and then any email that shows up addressed to you, they will forward to you. I personally like to use my business address for this, or my mailbox for this, so I'm going to enter it here. But you can enter your own business address here or use theirs. And one other thing I like to do is I like to use the unsubscribe survey, and that basically allows me to collect responses when a subscriber leaves, and it just gives me insight into why people have unsubscribed. And then the last thing I'm going to set up here is the GDPR settings. I'm going to say show only to subscribers currently in the EU, UK, and Switzerland, and this is going to be determined by the IP address. And I'm going to click on Save Changes. And this has updated my account basically across the board. Then we're going to go back to settings, and under domains you can connect a custom domain if you want for your newsletter, or you can change the built-in email address, built-in domain that Kit gives you here. Under revenue is where you will connect your Stripe account if you plan on selling through Kit, and set up your currency and basically configure your tax settings. Under account and billing is where you can change your account, so you can upgrade to a paid plan with Kit, you can downgrade, you can see your payment history and all of that. Under advanced is if you sign up for an affiliate, for Kit's affiliate program, this is where you can add your affiliate link to, which will basically display on the bottom of every email and landing pages, so that every time somebody clicks and signs up for a Kit account through that link, you will earn a small commission. And then this is where you can set up advanced tracking. So if you add the subscriber ID, parameter, and email links, then basically if you use WordPress, this will allow WordPress plugin to Kit's WordPress plugin to sync subscribers with your website visitors. So you will have a little bit of extra information on how well your newsletter and emails are converting. And you can also append UTM parameters to email links so that you can track your email campaigns through Google Analytics. And you can also append hashed subscriber email to email links, which basically allows third-party tools to track subscribers cross channels, so for other marketing campaigns that you might be using. And then you can also filter out bot clicks and bot opens here in these settings as well. So I'm going to enable all of this, and then I'm going to click Save Changes. Then we're going to go back to settings, and then if you are a developer and you build apps for the Kit App Store, or if you need to connect to Kit with an API key, this is where you're going to see your API key and API secret. This is usually used if you want to connect Kit to a tool like Zapier to have it talk to some other platform that you might be using. This is where you would find that. And then if you want to use AI in your email marketing, under Kit, MCP is where you would connect your Claude or ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever account. This is where you would set that up. Okay, so these are the basic settings and where you would set up each thing. Now what we are going to do is we are going to go to dashboard, and then we are going to create our very first form. So I'm going to go under audience growth, landing pages and forms, and I'm going to create a form. And as you can see, there are several different forms that you can choose from. I'm going to go with inline, and I want the form that I can embed on my website to have them sign up for my newsletter. And for this purpose, I'm going to choose the Claire form, which is the simplest form that there is. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to name it newsletter form. And I'm going to add the first name to my form. And I'm just going to say, send me news and updates. Actually, I'm going to change this and say, yes, I want weekly tech tips. And I'm going to make that bold. Like that. And then under settings is when a visit, this is where you can configure what happens when somebody signs up for that form. So by default, Kit will set it up so that it shows a success message. I like to redirect it to an external page on my website. So I'm going to paste my domain address, and I'm going to put in thanks. So basically, once they sign up, they will get redirected to this page that has a simple message on it saying, thank you for subscribing. Your first email will arrive in your inbox immediately, and basically just sets the expectations of what they can expect in the newsletter itself. Then under domain name, I'm just going to leave it as is, and I'm going to set this up as newsletter and say add. Confirmation email. So basically, once they sign up, this is where you can tell them thank you for signing up, and it basically asks them to confirm your subscription, and this is known as double opt-in, and it can help increase the deliverability of your emails, and it makes sure that people who really want to hear from you are on your list. So it increases the quality of your email subscribers in your email list. Keep in mind that this might result in less people on your list, because not everybody is going to click that button to confirm the subscription, so they may sign up and never confirm, in which case they won't be added to your email list. But at least this way you know you're getting quality subscribers and people who truly want to hear from you. So you can customize this to however you want. This is also where you can deliver the freebie if you have something like a lead magnet, and I have a separate video that talks about how to deliver lead magnet with ConvertKit that I will link to in the description below. But this is where you would set that up. Since I'm not delivering a freebie with this email, I'm just going to say confirm your subscription and then click save. And then this is basically going to, after they confirm, they're going to be redirected to the default Kits page, and or you can have them be redirected to the download. So I'm going to enter a custom URL here. Again, something like thank you. And then I'm going to say you're in, and this is basically just a short page on my website that says thanks for confirming, you're in. And then under advanced is you can decide what happens with the form when people who have subscribed come back to your website. Since this is an inline form, I'm going to say continue to show the form. And You can also add CAPTCHA on your form to basically decrease the number of spam subscribers you get, if you get any spam subscribers. And you can also choose to send subscriber data to a thank you page. So again, if you want to track the conversion rate of your forms with a different tool, this is handy to click on. So I'm going to click save, and then I'm going to click save on publish. So now we have this form set up for our general newsletter. So let me now show you how to create a welcome email so that once somebody signs up for your newsletter, how they can start actually receiving your emails. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go to automation and then email sequences, and I'm going to click on new email sequence. And for this particular sequence, I'm just going to choose text only email, and I'm going to say yay, you're in. And under published, I'm going to toggle that on so that it's published, but I'm going to change this after 1 day to immediately. I'm going to basically send this to 0 so that the email goes out immediately as soon as somebody subscribes. And then this is where you can customize the contents of the email. So I'm going to say something simple like, hey, subscriber first name. This is why I'm collecting the first name in the form, and I'm going to say thank you for signing up for my amazing newsletter. Here's what you can expect. And then I'm just going to keep this super simple, and I'm going to insert a list and say weekly tech tips, special discounts on my services, first dibs on new products. And then you can customize this however you want. And then when you're done, click on Publish Changes. Now, I'm going to name this as the welcome sequence. If I wanted to add more emails to this, then I would click Add Email. And then here I would toggle this to go out either after 1 day or 2 days, or however you want to set up the frequency of your emails of your welcome sequence. And I would keep this ticked off for every day. So basically you want this to go out whenever somebody signs up. So if they sign up on Saturday, they will still get an email or this particular sequence. And then you can continue customizing these emails however you want. Whenever you're done, click on Publish, and just to make sure that all of these emails have been published. And you can continue adding emails, however many emails you want in your sequence. And then under settings is where you are going to configure the behavior of this sequence, basically. So the sequence, set it to active. And then what's important here is you want this to send on any day, every day, basically. You can choose which time you want your sequence to go out. I like to set mine to 4 p.m. Madrid time because I live in Spain, so that's my time zone. And this typically catches all the other time zones around the world nicely. So I'm going to just select that. And then here, I want, do you want the subscribers to receive this email once, to receive this sequence once, or do you want them to restart the sequence? Since this is a welcome email sequence, I only want them to receive this once, and then it's going to ask me if subscribers added via visual automations, should they stay in the sequence. So basically, this means that if I create an automation and I add them to people to this sequence, once they have gone through all the emails, do I want them to stay in case I add more emails to the sequence, or do I want them to exit the sequence? And since this is a welcome sequence, I'm not going to be adding more emails to it, so I'm just going to say no, subscribers added via visual automations should exit the sequence after receiving the last email. And I'm going to click on update, And now the last step that I'm going to do is I'm going to go to automations, visual automations, and then I'm going to set up a new automation. I'm going to say start from scratch. I'm going to say start building, and then I'm going to select when somebody joins a form, and I'm going to choose the newsletter form, and I'm going to click add event, and then I'm going to click on plus sign, and I'm going to add the action to add them to the email sequence which we just created, and I'm going to click add action, and that essentially is the end of the automation. So what happens now is I'm going to say welcome sequence. I'm going to rename this to welcome sequence automation. So what happens now is whenever somebody signs up through that newsletter form, they're going to get added to the welcome sequence, and then once they're done with the welcome sequence, they will exit the automation. One other thing that I like to do is at the beginning, I'm going to click add or remove a tag, and I'm going to create a tag that says in welcome sequence. That way, when I'm adding people, when people start signing up, they will get added to this tag, and that way when I'm emailing my list, I know to exclude people who have the tag in welcome sequence. So that just makes it easier for me to keep track of who's currently in the welcome sequence and to exclude those people, because I don't necessarily want somebody who is new to my world to immediately start getting any promotional emails or whatever I may have going on at the same time. So I'm just going to add that, and then at the end I'm going to add one more action, which is going to say remove tag in welcome sequence. I'm going to add that action, and I'm going to add another tag that's going to say welcome sequence complete. So essentially, once they have finished the welcome sequence, they will be removed from that tag, and they will get added to the tag that says welcome sequence complete. And that way it's just easier for me to keep track of who has gone through my welcome sequence and who has maybe signed up through a different form that hasn't gone through a welcome sequence or something like that. And that's the end of the automation, and that is how you can set it up so that when somebody signs up to your Kit account, they automatically get sent a welcome sequence with a welcome email that tells them what they can expect going forward. And then the last thing, I'm going to set it to active so that this actually triggers, so when they sign up, they are actually receiving those emails. So that's it for this tutorial. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And if you've liked this video, please make sure to like it and subscribe to my channel for more tech tutorials like this. And I'll see you in the next one.